Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create the hyperlapse that I created in my last video on my Instagram. Go check it out in the link in the description, but I'll show it right here on the screen. So basically, I'm just going to teach you guys all the steps that I went through to get to a hyperlapse that looks that smooth, and in my opinion, like, my hyperlapses look pretty good. I love to do them. It's one of my favorite things to put in videos. I think it just adds a whole nother dimension to them. But yeah, basically I'm not gonna go out here and like show you how to walk and take the picture. I'm gonna explain it all, but if you go watch any other hyperlapse video that teaches you how to do that, but I'm gonna teach you the whole editing process of it basically. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into Lightroom. First of all, a lot of people say to just go ahead and make your hyperlapse in a JPEG, but I like shooting my hyperlapses in RAW just so I can get the look that I want. As you can see, this picture is very edited. It was a little overexposed when I shot it, but it wasn't a big deal. I didn't clip anything, so I can bring it back down. So what you're gonna do is you can see how many pictures I have here. And if I go to the grid right here and bring up the grid, you're gonna see that this little spot in the A right here, I can zoom in. This part of the A is going to be in the same spot every single time, no matter how close I get to it. So I'm just gonna click through and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. See how I keep the A right in the same spot? And make sure when you edit one picture, you paste the same edit that you did on the first picture to every other picture and don't change anything. Don't change white balance, don't change anything. And that's important when you're shooting, is to keep the same white balance so that the picture doesn't change if the lighting changes. Because you can see right here, the sun came out. Let me show you. Look, the sun really started to come out right here, and the white balance would have changed if I had that on auto white balance. So you can see it looks really shaky still, and it's obviously just a whole bunch of pictures. So I'm going to show you how to actually make that into a video. So what you're going to do first of all is export them all into the same folder. Now that's very important. I'm going to show you why. Once you have your folder, you're going to want to go through the names of them and make sure they're in order. So you can see this is 3285, 3286, 3287, and you can't skip a number. If you skip a number, you're going to have to go through and rename them all, which is fine. I actually had to do that for these because I deleted one in the middle that I messed up. But yeah, just make sure the numbers go in order all the way through. So then, basically what you do is you're going to go into Premiere Pro, get into a new sequence, and you're going to go File, you're going to go to Import, you're going to find the folder that you had all your pictures in. So for mine, it's this one. I have 63 pictures for my hyperlapse. And I'm editing in a 24 frame per second timeline. I forgot to mention that. You want to edit in a 24 frame per second timeline. So every 24 pictures is 1 second of a time lapse. So this time lapse is a little over 2 seconds long. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to click that first picture, you're going to hit show options, and you're going to check image sequence, and then you're going to hit import. And then what it's going to do is bring up one right here, and just hit keep existing settings, and you'll see why in a minute. And then now you have a video of your hyperlapse. But the scale is way off here. It's a little too big because obviously you shot the pictures in a very high quality. But you're just going to want to scale it up to the correct size, which I already have a sequence that I've done that here. And then you can see this is actually the finished time lapse. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to hit Option, I think it is, on Windows and Mac, I don't know. And you're going to create a new layer. So then you're going to right click on it and you're going to hit replace with After Effects composition. So what this is going to do is basically just bring up After Effects. And then you can call it whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this to Hyperlapse Tutorial. Save. Alright, then you can fix the size. You see I have black bars, you can go ahead and fix that there. And then what you're going to want to do in After Effects is you're going to go over here to effects and presets, and you're going to apply a warp stabilizer effect. Now basically for warp stabilizer, these are the settings you're going to want. It might differ depending on your hyperlapse and how good you shot it, but usually I do stabilize, crop, and auto scale anywhere from 20 to 50%. And then what that's going to do is just really smooth it out. Now my computer is not going to be able to handle all this if I do the whole thing, so I'm just going to show you like what to do, and then I'm going to go ahead and delete this effect. But what you're going to do is put warp stabilizer on it. It's going to stabilize it. And if that doesn't work, what I actually like to do is go over here to stabilize motion, and you can put a track point on the A, and you're going to put this part on whatever part you actually want to track, and then this outside box is where After Effects looks for the actual point that you selected. And then what you want to do is you're just going to go to stabilize motion, and you're going to hit this play button, and it's just going to find that point, and it's going to stabilize it all the way through. So then once you do that, there might be some black space, but what you can do is just scale it up a little bit, and then that should fix it. So that's basically how you stabilize your hyperlapse. So once you have it stabilized, whichever way you feel like going about that, you're going to come over here and you're going to want to look up pixel motion blur, and then you're going to put your shutter sample at 20. That makes it just look a lot better. And then it'll not render very well, so you're going to want to go ahead and export it. It'll take a little bit to export. Let me go ahead and close this After Effects project, and we'll come back into Premiere. So once you come back into Premiere, all your effects will be added. Obviously I didn't save it, so it's not there. But then what I like to do is once I come back in Premiere, I like to export it from Premiere as an Apple ProRes file, and then I'm going to import it back into Premiere and go ahead and apply another warp stabilizer, because after you apply the pixel motion blur, it kind of messes with the stabilization. So I want to warp stabilize it once again and go ahead and scale it up to where it takes up the whole frame, and then eventually this is what you will have. So you can see that motion blur that I have down there at the bottom, and you can see how smooth that is. So the last thing I actually like to do in my hyperlapses is add a sound effect. Now I don't think you're actually going to be able to hear it because I don't have my desktop audio on, but this is basically just a subtle little whoosh sound effect. And you could hear it in that clip that I played at the beginning, and it just makes it feel so much more surreal. And then I also have an adjustment layer right here to add just a little bit of color correction to match the whole overall feel of my video. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, I know I went really fast and didn't exactly explain it like step by step, just because I'm not gonna be able to, or my computer's not gonna be able to handle that. But yeah, if you have any questions, just go ahead and DM me on Instagram. Like I said, it's in the description, so go ahead and drop me a follow, and yeah, let me know what videos y'all want to see, tutorials, whatever, and I got y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.